leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick, was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Live on Strong Island Television from Paradise Studios. We're on your YouTube Lives. We're on Facebook Live. And we're just live all over the freaking place. I am actually still broadcasting from my basement in Belmore, next to my Greek neighbors, who have been just wonderful, wonderful people. And today our co-host is Jack Cloonan from his mom's couch.
What's up? It's a comfortable couch, so.
Jack is a very young man, still living with mom and socking the money away. A very smart man.
100%.
100%. Is Jack, Jack, one of my heroes. Jack gets embarrassed when I say that.
Yes, I do.
I was a New York City fireman for 21 years. But I don't think I've met many people like Mr. Cloonan here. He was I'm going to let him, he's been on the show before, but I'm going to let him recap. He was a transplant recipient with a few items. Yes, Jack?
3 livers.
Three livers?
3.
Now, I thought you only needed 1 liver. What are you doing with 3?
I got a little greedy.
So you had the first liver at what age, Jack?
9 months.
9 months, and that lasted you how long?
Almost a year.
Only a year, huh? Was that what was expected of the first liver? Was that a year?
I don't know. I don't know what was expected.
All right, thanks for doing the research, Jack, knowing you were going to be on the show, and it is your body and your life. Okay, so the first one lasted a year. How long did the second one last?
2 months? 3 months?
What are you talking about? What liver are you on right now?
Well, I was born with one, so this is number 4. If you
This
count
is
all
number
the
4.
transplants.
Oh, because you
There were 3 transplants, plus I was born with one.
I got screwed up with the math.
Yeah.
Got screwed up with the math. So you had livers. Anything else you had transplanted?
Not organs.
Not organs. What else? What else?
I got a couple joint replacements.
Joint replacements. And
Yeah.
this was all due to, was it cancer?
No, the cancer was separate. That was after high school.
Yeah, because you had nothing else going on at that time.
Yeah, I had nothing
right?
else going on. Why not? A little cancer, whatever.
So you had the transplants. What can I ask you? What kind of cancer you had, Jack?
Leukemia.
Leukemia, and that came at what age?
18.
18. How old are you now?
27.
27. So you had the leukemia. Then you recovered from that. When were you feeling 100%, let's say? How long did that take?
Not too long ago. Well, I got the chemo for 2+ years.
Right.
So,
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were not 100%. You're feeling like, when did you start, like, working out or playing something or playing the fiddle? Playing the fiddle. Do you play the fiddle? Whatever it was.
Of course. Who doesn't play a fiddle?
So, at what age, Jack?
Probably, I don't know, like 2015, 2016.
And when did you start doing stand-up?
2015.
So were you still like not 100% feeling well and started to do stand-up?
I was getting there, and then
Okay.
I did a show with you and saw your act. And
Thank you very much. And you were
again,
inspired by the and you said, man, if he can do that, anybody can do that. If that guy can get on the stage with that act, I can do anything.
Like, there's no way I'm going to do worse than that right now. So
Right.
I'll give it a
All
shot.
right, fair enough. I inspired you by my mediocrity. All right, good. And we've done a few shows together, and you're a lot of fun, and you're a great sport. And I was talking about you the other day. To Pat Marone, and of course with this Heroes tour that I want to put together. And when I get one of you guys on Zoom, whenever I start getting excited again, I ordered the Janet Jackson microphone because I'm going to be emceeing and running around like a nut and breaking balls and taking it back.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm never sharing the same mic again. I already had one. I already bought one, so I'm
That's a good idea. That's
Yeah.
a good idea. I suggest every comic should have their own mic. It's a clip in, it's a click out. But I'm going to be emceeing, and it's going to be so. I like the hands-free thing because I can run around, have some fun. But I said,
you got who's the exercise guy? The old exercise guy who would always wear the thing and do all the weird jumping.
Need to say old? Are you saying, Jack? I know where you're coming from now. Because I'm in such phenomenal shape, you thought of an exercise guy. You could have thought of like a chubby singer from the 70s, 80s, 90s, but you said, you know that exercise guy, Johnny L, reminds me of that guy.
Yes.
So I'll have the microphone. But I said who was I talking to the other day? It was John Santo. I said, Jack Cloonan can take a ribbing. He's a true responder where he can give it and he can take it and laugh and have fun. And that's one of the things I love about you. After all you've been through, I can still break your balls and you love it.
100%.
And you know what they say at I'm sure they say the same thing at the EMS station. If they don't break your balls, they don't love you.
Exactly. If we're not making fun of you 100% of the time, then you're not really a part of the family.
Why bother if you're not? So Jack.
Now I do have a question for you.
Jack, please.
You're a lot funnier breaking balls than you are on stage. Why is that?
That's because when I get on stage, I realize I have no material. I'm writing as I'm on stage. And I don't know what that is, Jack. We'll look into that. So you decide now, Jack. You fought back. You know, you're an unbelievable story, and now you decide, I want to be an EMS guy. I want to go out there and save lives and help people because that's the kind of guy you are. So why not, Jack, after the life you've had and the struggles at a young age, become part of the busiest EMS unit in the country during the height of the COVID virus? Why not, Jack?
Why not?
Why not?
Face death enough times, just one more time, you know?
And how are you doing on a semi-serious note here? How are you doing mentally at this point? Because you were beat up the last few months.
Yeah, we were getting it handed to us pretty much every day. The call volume came back down to normal though, so we're doing a little bit better. They did switch us to 12-hour tours for a little while, so we got more days off, so that definitely helps. And we are starting to see a little uptick now in the COVID because everybody's hanging out.
Right.
With no mask on, touching each other, walking around. I don't know if you've been in the city at all. We're driving around in the ambulance, and we're like, it's like people. There's no pandemic going on. Everybody's it's like a crowded mall outside.
Yeah, people are
like.
I don't know whether it's laziness. You know, I didn't want to get into this tonight because you know I'm big on the mask, but I don't know whether it's laziness, ignorance, or just people are making it a political thing. I'm not going to wear a mask.
Oh my God! We had this guy the other day. He can't so the ambulance. We're not spoiled like the firefighters. We have to respond from the street, not the station. So we're sitting in the street and we're like eating, like trying to eat real quick. And then this guy, he knocks on our window, like no mask, of course.
Right.
He's like, yo. He's like, he looks like this. He's like, I won't quote you guys. I won't. Like nobody's watching right now. Do we really need to be wearing these masks? I'm like, oh my God, this guy. And we're like trying to explain. Now we already knew it didn't matter what we said because this guy was already hell bent on what he already believed in. But he was like, "Yo, how many COVID calls do you guys get?" And we were like, "Sir, we've had thousands." And he's like, "Did you guys get sick?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, why not?" Because we were wearing masks. And the guy couldn't. He was like, "What?" Like his mind exploded.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, it's a political thing. We're like, all right, whatever. Have a nice day.
You know what? I haven't been in the city because I don't find it necessary to add another person in the city right now. I have no reason to be in the city. So I haven't been in the city. I miss going into the city, but I have been to the beach a lot. I walk and work out on the boardwalk.
That's where you get the body. Okay.
Hence. Yeah. May I say so? And what's I can I don't wear a mask on the boardwalk because I don't go when it's packed. And I can see people come, and I definitely very easily socially distance. What I don't like is the bicycles, all of a sudden, boom, they sneak up on you, and they're not wearing masks, most of them, you know?
My favorite thing is when they're cutting in front of the ambulance in the bike lane, going 5 miles an hour, and then, of course, they're not obeying any traffic lights, and they're, like, wondering why they're getting hit and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so, but when I went the other day, there's a tunnel at Jones Beach. I don't know if you've ever been to Jones Beach. There's a tunnel. And now everybody goes into this tunnel, and nobody had masks on, you know. So I'm in the tunnel with my mask, and I'm looking at people. And as I'm walking through, I'm going, put your mask on. Hey, wear a mask. And people are like, where's that coming from? Put a mask on, you idiot. So, yeah, I don't want to get beat up, Jack. Yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to go into a crowd of bikers and go, hey, guys, can I tell you something? Yeah, what on? And I'm like, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. Wear your mask. So I've been trying to be careful with that. Few announcements here, Jack. Let me, I got I'm going to be on Match Game August 9th now. They pushed it back. I will be on Match Game with Alec Baldwin.
You're going to be on Match Game?
I'm going to be on Match Game. And,
what happened? They couldn't find anybody else?
All I can say is this, Jack. I already spent the money. That's all I can say. I can't tell you how much money I won, but it's already spent. Had a ball, had a good time. Watch Match Game, by the way. I watched it Sunday night. It's so much fun. They get so tipsy. They're drinking the whole show. They're dirty because it's on 10 o'clock Sunday nights. Really a fun. You know who's on this week? The ex-Yankee. Oh, my God. I shouldn't even have said that because now I can't think of his name. Not a real popular Yankee, but he was pretty funny. He was pretty good. Disc golf. Jack, will you play disc golf with me?
I mean, I don't know if you're asking me out, but
I am at Hexter Park. Will you? Because I ordered 3 sets of disc. I haven't played on the course yet, but I'm ready to go. I've been practicing. Have you played disc golf?
I've never played disc golf.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. Yes.
It's just throwing a frisbee like.
Is that the retirement home game? Is that what that is?
All right, Jack. I had to catch my breath there. So Jack is going to play disc golf with me. I can't get my Hobie cat on top of the car, my kayak, Jack. Too heavy. I've been talking about this for 3 years. Spent $4,000 on a kayak. It's been next to my shed for 3 years, 4 years. So what did I do? I bought another boat. But this one is a blow. This one is 30 pounds. It's a blow up. But I also bought a roller for the kayak. So Jack, will you go out on the kayak with me one day?
Where are you going with this?
Well, I'm going. Nobody wants to spend time with me and my family. Do you understand? So I'm trying to find friends to share these experiences with. Jack, kayak, disc golf so far. Good. I don't know if you said yes or no, but you're in.
This is the loneliest pitch I've ever heard in my life.
This is sad. Now, the Heroes Tour, I'm going to be booking some shows for the Heroes Tour. We need to work on our transition, Jack, because we're going to be up there together for about a minute and a half, and we're going to be breaking each other's chops and all. So I think our thing will be the age. You will make fun of my age. I will make fun of your youth. Something on that line. What do you think?
That sounds good.
Is there anything else you
is this after you perform? Are you doing your set first?
Well, I go up as Janet Jackson, Mike. I go up on stage and I say, "Hey, we're gonna have a great show." I do the whole little thing up front, and then I go, "We got Jack Cloonan, FDNY EMS," and you go, "Hey, no, we got it." And then our first act, Jack Cloonan. Then you'll come up, but when you come up, I don't move. I stay there for a minute and a half, and we do this, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. Like the old Frank Sinatra, Jerry Lewis. They used to stay, up there together, and then one of them would sing. You're not going to sing. You have a hard enough time doing stand-up. So
you're telling me you're going to sing.
You see my stand-up. So, yes, I'm going to sing. So then Jack will do his set. You will do all your funny stuff. So that'll be 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I was gonna say 33 seconds, but you know.
And then I will come back up and a little more. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. Now I might, Jack, bring up another comic, and the three of us are on stage for a minute, and a little more. Bada bing, bada bing. What do you think of that? You like it? Because I love it.
It sounds great. Anything to limit your jokes.
Yes, and I don't care if you guys like it. We're going to do it. We're going to have so much fun. It is going to be a mess. You know what I mean? Organized confusion. Today was Christina Marie's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
She is how old? 27 years old. And my wife made what she calls, I don't know if this is an official recipe, Dutch babies. Jack,
what?
Have you ever, number one, been called a Dutch baby by a young lady? Hey, Dutch baby. Have you ever been called a Dutch baby?
That doesn't sound like a good thing. I'm just.
Have you ever had a Dutch baby?
I have not.
Okay, good,
No,
because it's a real infant, and I'm glad you have never taken one. No, it is a egg pancake type mixture with a lot of butter, and it's like this thick. It's a breakfast juice. My family's
I didn't
big.
realize you're not talking about an actual baby.
I'm not. My family is big on breakfast for dinner. What do you think of that?
That's a great idea.
I am not a big breakfast guy unless it's breakfast. Hold on one second, Jack. Bobby, do we have our guest in the room yet?
We do have someone in the waiting room.
Good. Don't bring him in yet, but that's wonderful. Jack, this is a well-oiled machine.
I can tell, yes.
You understand, like when we came on, you were nowhere on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Now you're sitting on your mother's couch. It actually looks like your great-grandmother's couch.
It's my great-great-great-grandmother's couch.
Yes. I don't want now. Did I just insult you, mother?
No, you did not.
Is this your apartment? Is this your part of the house?
No.
That's your couch, isn't it, Jack?
Sometimes.
You refuse.
It was made during the Great Depression, this couch.
You refused to buy your own couch and took Grandma's couch. You son of a gun. You son of a gun. So when you see our next guest after the commercial, will be here already, and we'll come right in. And
that was a great host, by the way. Do we have a guest waiting? Yeah. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's just.
Jack, this is a Zoom thing. You know, this is the way it works these days. You know, when I was a young man, if we did a show like this, I'd be sitting on my stoop, and there'd be people sitting on the sidewalk in Middle Village, Queens. That's how it would have worked. So we got the Heroes Tour coming up. We're excited about that. My screenplay has been kicked around a little bit lately. It seems to be coming out of retirement. Let's see if we can get this thing made. Jack, I have a part for you.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know you had a screenplay. So.
Yes, I have an excellent part for you. You won't be seen on camera. It'll just be somebody in the distance going, hey! That's it. That's your part.
I think I can handle it.
Let me see.
Hey!
Oh, you're in. So, you know what we're going to do, Jack? We're going to go to commercial break, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, this is your show, but yeah, it's fine with me.
Well, you're the co-host. And we'll come back with our first guest, Richard Zimmer from the Response Crisis Center.
Hi, I'm Michael Barish, managing partner of Barish, McGarry, Salzman & Penson. We are honored to represent over 11,000 people in the 9/11 community. The people who work at my law firm can really relate to what the 9/11 community is going through because they're going through it too.
So my dad's name was Billy Gormley, and he was a fireman on 9/11.
My father also was a firefighter, and he did report down there as well on 9/11.
My dad, Alan, worked on the 104th floor of the second tower. He was an IT technician.
My father was a fire inspector.
My husband, his name is David Velez. He was a detective with the NYPD. And if I can help anybody that is going through exactly what I have gone through for the last 17, 18 years and make their life just a little bit better, then you know what? I love coming to work every single day.
You know, this is a genuine office. Like, people are really sincere.
The best part of my job is the clients. Every once in a while you'll hear in their voice how grateful they are for the work that we do.
We take this personally, and we will not rest unless we help everybody we can before this Victim Compensation Fund ends in 2 years. And we will be fighting to get this thing extended past 2020 because cancer isn't going to stop afflicting the 9/11 community.
You're on, sir.
And we're back. Laughter Saves Lives live. I'm still down in my basement, next door to my Greek neighbors. We are bringing on Richard Zimmer. I'm looking down at his name because I can't even remember my name. Richard Zimmer from the Response Crisis Center. Good evening, Richard.
Good evening, John. Nice to be here.
It is a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for taking the time. Because have you seen any of our shows at all, Richard?
I did a little research. I checked out your shows. They're great.
Usually when somebody checks out the show, what was that, Jack? What was that, Jack?
Lie, Richard. It's okay.
Yeah. Usually when somebody checks out our shows, Richard, they don't show up the night of the show. So you're a very brave man. You are a very brave, and I love your backdrop.
Thank you.
Love your back. You like mine? You like mine?
I do like yours.
Richard,
I was inspired by yours.
Oh, thanks. When I do the double background, I turn red. For some reason, I have this green screen. I don't have it down pat. When I put it on the side, it's fine. I'm a little fuzzy tonight, though.
I'm going without green screen. And Zoom's doing a pretty good job.
Thanks, Richard. So, how did you get involved with the Response Crisis Center? Tell us briefly what is the Response Crisis Center?
So the Response Crisis Center of Suffolk County is Suffolk County's pretty much suicide hotline. They also field all of the national suicide hotlines calls for Suffolk County. Last year was over 6,000.
Wow.
And the work they have to do keeps growing, but the funding they get from the county and the state keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So about 5 years ago now, I was brought in by a friend that was on the board. I run a branding and creative agency over in Amityville. And they say, Rich, they have a huge brand awareness problem. And I went in there and they had a very rinky-dink site and, not a lot of marketing and not a lot of PR. Their website was just doing nothing for them. So we went in there and rebranded their entire organization. We got very close to them and they invited me on the board. And I've been there with them ever since. Since I started, every year we do one of their biggest fundraisers is Performance for Prevention. And it's a comedy show that is put on by Paul Anthony from Long Island Comedy Festival.
And let's give a little plug to Paul. What a great guy. Does a great job with the shows.
He's amazing.
And you would probably say I did the show once.
Yeah.
And probably you would say in the top 3 of the comics that made you laugh. I don't want to put you on the spot, so we'll go past that.
Listen, I remember when I got your email when we first were doing this virtual thing a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I remember that guy. That guy was fun.
Oh, did you hear that, Jack?
I did. He already has a history of lying.
Listen, I'm in advertising. It's kind of what I do.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, so every year we do this thing at Theater 3 in Port Jeff, and it's a great turnout. We raise a lot of money for Response. It actually is about 15% of their operating budget that they raise every year with it, which is great. But this year, because of COVID, we had to take it online.
Yeah.
And over the holidays, we did a virtual fundraiser, like an end of year type thing that we always do, and we kind of translated it this year for the Theater 3 as well for the comedy show. And right now, if you go to responsecrisiscenter.org, you can click on. You'll see the graphics behind me all over the site. You can click on that and go see participating comedians, and you can. It's kind of like a mathathon type thing where you can go and give all the comedians money and donate towards Response based on how funny they are. Right now, it's kind of slow getting the comedians to get on there and really start participating, because the whole idea of the campaign is people share it on social media.
Right.
One comedian, most comedians got 2,000, 3,000 followers.
Jack has five. Jack has 5 followers.
Jack, we
yes,
need to get 5 followers, man.
They're a consistent 5, but
and 2 of them are in the house right now. Where's Jill? Bring your mom back out. Bring him.
But it's open to all comedians, and we also got some great sets up there from Paul Anthony's crew. Some great sets from one of his shows, so people can get there and just start laughing immediately. We got this great little laugh-o-meter up there. We're trying to raise $25,000 before the end of the summer.
All right, so I want you to work with Butch on this because I don't know how we're going to do this. So my concept is I want to do like we're doing our Laughter Saves Lives Heroes Tour. So I want to push the Heroes Tour. Is push the right word when I'm doing something for charity. I want to use the Laughter Saves Lives Heroes Tour to raise some money for you. So what I want to do is I'll come out as an MC for like 2 minutes, blah, 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 and then I'll bring Jack out. Jack will do a few minutes, then I'll come back out, do a minute, then I'll bring like a headliner out to do like 5 minutes. Because you said the sets you want them to keep in about 10 minutes?
Yeah, they can be as long as they want. They can be little clips. They can be whatever, and you just populate your profile with all these clips. And every time the best thing you could do is probably, because we're going to be doing this all summer,
right?
Is throw your clips up there weekly, and then tell all your fans to go check them out. You tell your fans. You have the comedian tell their fans, and they go and they just give your support your profile and give response money for that.
You know, we have fans that follow us. A lot of fans like Maddie here, who I used to work with years ago, and she writes, "You have 5 good followers." Is that necessary? Is that necessary?
Honest.
That's all. So that's what I want to do, Rich. I want to develop this Heroes Tour and raise some money for you guys. So we don't even have to do all stand-up. I could bring Jack up. We could talk, have some fun a little bit, and then do a little stand-up, talk a bit, and then put that up there and go, hey, guys, you know, have a laugh and make a donation, something like that. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great.
So, Richard, here's a good idea if you want to raise a lot of money. You have Larocchia come out, do some jokes, and the people will pay a lot of money for him to stop telling jokes. It would be great.
Jack, no co-host has ever been so cruel to me, Jack.
The good news about the site is that you don't have to watch the comedians to give response money.
Wait, Rich, you don't have to jump on a bandwagon here. I
wasn't talking about you. I was talking about.
All right. It just happened to follow Jack's I see. So this sounds like a really great thing that you guys do. Have you found that the calls? Well, I guess you're on the board, but the number of calls during this time, have they gone up?
They have.
They have.
And one of the things that they have gone up for, they've gone up for first responders.
Well, Jack can speak about that.
And nurses and medical professionals. That's one of the big things that has happened over the past couple of months. Is that there have been a lot of first responders and medical professionals calling in.
Hopefully not too many suicides.
Well, I mean,
we lost 2.
You did, I know.
3 months, yeah. PD lost a bunch too.
Yes. Well, they've been, we talked to John Salerno about this out of Texas. He's big on the post-traumatic stress and all that. To have resources like this out there and for Laughter Saves Lives to support this is related to what we do. To know that these resources are out there is important. It's no good. It doesn't make any sense that they have this there, and when you need it, you don't know how to get it. Right. So we're going to do all we can to help you guys and to work with you on this.
That's great. Thank you so much.
I am Stunad. You know what Stunad is, Richard, right?
Yes, I do.
Jack, you know what Stunad is?
Yes.
Because you are Stunad many times.
Thanks for no one.
Yes, that should be your middle name, Jack Cloonan. I need help on how to figure out how to do this video with like Jack and myself. So Butch, I want Butch to help me with that, and he may be in touch with you because I want to get like 3 or 4 up there where it says Laughter Saves Lives Heroes Tour, Jack Cloonan, and somebody else or whatever, and have some fun with this.
Well, let me ask you a question, John. You're familiar with posting to YouTube, correct?
Yes.
So if you can post a link to a video to YouTube, and you can type in a username and password to the dashboard that you already registered for the comedy show, all you got to do is copy and paste that link into your media content.
But I have to get Jack and I in 2 different locations, Zooming, and record that and put it on there.
Yep.
Is that easy to do?
I mean, we're technically doing it right now.
Oh, we record? Yeah, I guess we are. This will be on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So if I was just doing it on Zoom, maybe Bobby can help me with it too. Yeah, we'll get it done. Butch is good at that stuff.
Listen, you got time, and you also have plenty of redos. So you can post content every day. You can post it every hour. We're gonna be doing this to the end of the summer.
Okay. Well, I haven't written new material in 10 years. That's not true.
I'm pretty sure that most of our people watching probably haven't heard any of your material yet. So we're looking forward to it.
True. No, I
have not heard much. Yes.
I wrote some COVID. I was saying the other day, and this is probably going to be done a million times, but it's so funny when we started getting into the height in the beginning of the COVID, and you were like, "Oh my God, should I go to the store? Where am I going to get toilet paper? Whatever." And women immediately were, and I'm going to get killed by the women. Oh, how am I going to get my nails done? How am I going to get my grace? It wasn't like, how am I going to make dinner tonight? Which I thought was hysterical. So thank God everybody's getting their hair and their nails, and I got my pedicure done. Richard.
I turned into my wife's pedicurist for a good 3 months.
Have you ever gotten a pedicure, Richard?
I have.
Jack?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Well, he looks young still. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
Jack, get it done because it is awesome. Don't get it done close to home. But get it. When I traveled, I got it done.
Vegas.
So, Richard, any other plug you want to give to the fundraiser?
So the biggest thing is, the more comedians, the better.
Right.
Send as many comedians out there, anyone listening, sign up. If you click on the comedians tab through the campaign, you'll see a little registration and login in the top right corner of the comedians tab. It's a very quick registration process, your name, a little small bio. Once you get in there, then you can go log into the dashboard, and you have access to link up all your social media for some free linkage for you guys. You have the ability to set your fundraising goal. You can also then upload as much content as you want, meme-wise, graphic-wise, photo-wise, anything that's funny. I know memes are huge now in the comedic world. Also, you can link any Vimeo or YouTube links or even Facebook links too, as far as video is concerned.
All right, I'm going to set Jack up right here. I am going to pledge $1 a laugh during my act. Jack, how much will I raise?
Negative.
What?
$2.
Holy, I'll make people cry. Richard, thanks so much for taking the time to come on. We really appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Guys. Nice meeting you too.
A pleasure. Thanks for all you do.
Thank
Richard
you.
From the Response Crisis Center. He's on the board. He's a big shot. Let's raise some money with this comedy thing he's doing. And it's going to be on the website, the Left Saves Lives website. We'll get you a few more comics, though.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right, Richard. Take care. So, yeah, I know, Jack, I know you'd want to do this by yourself, but I'm asking you to do this through Laughter Saves Lives. Let's do a Heroes Tour, and we'll make a few of these videos, and this way we could start getting some buzz for the Heroes Tour too,
Not good.
So we're going to go to our second commercial break because the sponsors are banging down the doors, and we got to get them in there, and we'll be back with Jack Cloonan.
Every once in a while, I come across a product I have to tell people about. LifeVac is one of them. Now, each year, 5,000 people choke to death. LifeVac can stop these senseless tragedies. It's so easy to use. You simply place, push, and pull. You'll never regret having a LifeVac. Please visit lifevac.net today to protect you and your loved ones.
Jack, put your phone away. We're having dinner. Hey, guys.
Hi, how you doing?
What can I get you?
You guys want appetizers?
For some reason, I just got a craving for smoked meat.
Well, you ordered something already. The menu hasn't changed. You looked at it 3 times.
I don't know what I want yet.
I wanted chicken, but I think it's blackened, so I'll just have a burger. How'd you like that cooked? Medium.
Do you have any specials?
Specials? Boss, what are specials?
What's the matter? You don't know the specials?
Look at this smoke.
What smoke?
We gotta get these dumps clean.
Nah, they're fine.
You know what? We're just gonna take our order to go, okay?
In business since 2003, MCN Duct Cleaning is the result of many years of research and continuing education, realizing the need to provide a safer and cleaner environment for families on Long Island. MCN services both residential and commercial properties by cleaning dryer vents, fireplaces, HVAC systems, and so much more. This not only improves air quality, but it could also reduce your energy bills by making things run more efficiently. So, if you want to make your house or business safer and cut down on your bills in the process, give our friend Matt over at MCN a call now.
Is that steak well done?
Maybe call a little bit sooner than these guys did.
And we're back from Belmore, Long Island. I still am. Give a little wave to my Greek neighbors over there. Wonderful people. We are broadcasting from Long Island, but we have Jack. Jack, where are you located, by the way, on Grandma's couch? Where are you actually located?
Quorum, Long Island.
Where are you?
Quorum.
And now we have Steve Netta chiming in from Tampa, Florida.
Hello.
Home of the AAA Yankees, yes?
No, the spring training home of the Yankees and their single A team.
Single A team, that's right. AAA is in Pennsylvania, I think, aren't they?
Trenton?
Are they in Trenton?
Trenton's double A.
I think they're in not Bartonsville.
No, are they Scranton, Wilkes-Barre now?
Scranton, Wilkes-Barre.
Scranton.
They took that away from the Mets, you know. The Mets was supposed to be going there. And then the Yankees zipped in.
I shared the link on my Facebook. So in fact, it's funny. I'm actually watching MLB.
Yeah, we got it. Who else is on this
Steve,
show?
who are you talking to?
You try to ignore it like it didn't happen.
No, my wife was. She went there because she wanted to know if I was still watching the game. I'm watching the Phillies inter squad game.
Oh, that's not.
So
does she know you're on a national talk show?
I know. Well, she also then said, "Where can I watch you?" I said, "Here is the one place."
If she's not looking at your screen, she's not going to catch this anywhere else.
Right, exactly. Well, no, she's. I have it on the Facebook Live feed.
YouTube Live, Strong Television. We have followers.
Right, but you know what's funny is the last time that I saw you in person, John Larocchia, was spring training.
Steve, we had a ball.
It was amazing.
We had a ball. Is your wife still there? We're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about the dancing girls. But we had, and it wasn't even the dancing girls. That was Santo dressed as a Met mascot, a female, because he's freaking nuts. We had so much fun, and we had John Solano, we had John Santo, we had John Larocchia, we had my son John Larocchia. Did we ever have John? Who was the other John?
Yeah. Remember, he was only there the first night.
Oh, okay. No, that
in Vero.
Whatever. We had John's up the ass, and when we went to spring training, we met Chili Davis. I don't know if he was the one, and I said, Chili, let me introduce you to my friend. I go, that's John, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, no, I really not John. He thought I was busting his balls. But here's something.
It's like that scene from Goodfellas where they're like, there's Paulie, there's Little Paulie, Big Paulie. Everybody was named John except for me. I was which one of these kids is not like the other?
Steve is my go-to guy when I'm going to Florida and I only have $25 for one more comic.
Wait, you never paid me that much.
Wait, he pays you?
Hey, you're not getting paid yet, Jack. Come on, you're only doing 10 minutes. and you're only 27 years old on Grandma's couch, socking money away. Come on, leave it for the rest of us. So, Steve, though, I met Steve a number of years ago, and we were going back down this time, and I thought of Steve, and we had an experience at the hotel, Steve. Did we not?
Oh, my God.
So we had two pretty good shows. The first show was really good in a VFW or Knights of Columbus or something.
Right.
Pretty packed house. I guess there was 150 people there, laughing. Oh, Jack, I was up there. They were laughing. Steve,
really?
Laughing. Shut up, Jack. Yeah. So we had a good time, and then we did a show where my son actually emceed the show in a theater. Which was very empty. You know, it's hard booking these things.
Well, no, it was just a great hall, so it was a lot bigger than it wasn't as intimate as we needed.
No.
But that went phenomenal. That went great.
Well, it was a good show, and I met some people that I knew from New York that came, and we had a good time. So then we go back to the hotel we're staying in, and we're doing a show, and she's been great to us. Francesca from the hotel, free rooms every year, really treats us well. So now she says, John, I got a show. I got a sponsor for the show. So we show up that night, and there's maybe 10, 15 people there.
If that.
But one table is somebody who's paid a ton of money.
Yeah, it was a table of 8.
Yeah, right? So we start the show, and I notice in the beginning this lady comes walking in, and she's an older woman. What is she? How old, Steve? How old?
Early 50s.
Early 50s, but, you know, I mean, I'm in
late 40s, maybe.
Yeah, I'm in my late 30s. So she looked older. She looked older. And she was, as they used to say in the old days, 3 sheets to the wind, walking in the door. All right? Sits right up front. So now our first comic, John Solano, not that experienced, and she really threw him off. Just totally threw him off. And who was up after that? Was I? No, I didn't go up next.
No, Santo did. You closed it.
Santo went up, and Santo got a little disheveled by this, but he hung in there. So my attitude was, I'm going to go up and have some fun, not make fun of the lady, because they gave us a lot of money, so I'm not going to make fun of this.
You're never going to let me live this down, are you?
Never! This is great! So I said, because I need to be respectful, that table gave us the money, so I go up there. I hit her a few times, had some fun with her, made fun of her a little bit, but in a very nice way, and get up the stage. And he's in the back before us going, oh, I'm going to get them. I don't know if he used the word thing. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to get. And I'm like, what is he going to do? You know. So you take it from there, Steve. What happened?
It was, I mean, I don't even know how to explain her behavior. She is literally what the word Karen means. She is. She was literally laying on the table at some point.
Oh, at that point.
She was just, and she was just talking for no reason. Not even what we were talking about, not even what the show was doing, nothing at all. And then she would get up to leave, and every time she would get up to leave, someone in her table would try to help her, and then she would start yelling at them while telling me basically to hold on, I need to yell at them before I get back to yelling at you. She was just all over the place.
So how did you handle this? What was the culmination of...
Well, it was a combination of things. I was angry. So and that's the thing is I kept not wanting to light into her because it's literally like she didn't even know she was there. But I sat down at their table and tried to talk to her. And then when she wouldn't listen to me, I still sat at their table, but I put my back to them and talked to the rest of the audience. It was unbelievably one of the craziest nights that I've ever seen. And the whole time, and then some woman comes up afterwards and goes, look, I understand what it was pretty much, Karen too. She's like, I understand, but you got to understand, she gives a lot of, she does a lot for the community and a lot of people know her. I'm like, well, now they know she's an idiot.
And I said, I actually went up and said to the lady, listen, I'll talk to Steve. I know he was rude to her, but you guys...
And I apologized.
Yeah, I said, you guys should have never let her in the door.
Right.
They apologized, by the way. The owners of the company came up to us, and they were embarrassed. In the hallway, they were trying to get her a cab, and they apologized to me. And I said, don't worry about it. It's an experience.
But it was beyond. It was just, oh my God.
One of those nights.
Aside from that, sitting 5 rows back from the first minor league spring training game of the Mets in their new stadium they rebuilt, that was awesome. Hanging out with you guys was awesome. Just sitting around talking BS, and that's the best part of it.
And you know what? Comedy on the road, very different. You're getting up, you're having breakfast together, hanging out together. Yeah. At the front desk, we bought tickets for 2 of the spring training games, I think. And Francesca says, they give us 8 tickets per game, and nobody's using them tomorrow. All right. She couldn't do enough for us. She's given us.
I know.
She gave me 20 hotel rooms during Met spring training.
Wow.
20. Yep. Over the course of 4 days, 20 rooms. She couldn't do enough for us.
And then
I know who the other comic was. John Butera came down for a guest spot.
That's it, Butera.
Yeah, he came down for a guest spot and brought 30 members of his family. No.
Well, he was visiting family over on my side on the West Coast.
Yeah, so that was nice that he came down. We got to hang out with John. We went to and then he came back and went to the game with us. It was a great trip.
Yeah, we had a blast. Total blast.
So you psyched for the baseball season?
Oh, absolutely. I just re-upped my MLB TV.
Yeah.
So we were watching the Phillies had an inter-squad game. There's a couple live games on, and then I think Saturday is like the first game they're playing the Nationals. So they'll be playing in Washington.
Philly,
what's that?
The 24th is
that's the Met game.
Yeah. I'm from Philadelphia area originally. I was born and raised in Delaware, and as soon as I say that, that's pretty much everybody just goes, "Where is that?" I'm like, "It's the capital of Narnia," and they're like, "Oh, cool, yeah, I know, I heard of it." So that's pretty much. I just
very quickly.
Yes, not 11 miles.
Is that it?
So yep.
Oh
and so then. But I grew up outside of, so you grew up a Phillies fan.
Sure.
You also catch the Orioles are right there and everything, and so we got the full MLB package, so we can watch every game. Any team except for our local here in Tampa, which we have the Rays, and now we have Tom Brady.
Is that good?
I don't know.
I'm not a big football fan. I watch the Jets. I watch the Giants.
Well, that's why, because you're a Jets and Giants. They suck. So.
Well, who do you root for, Jack?
Tennessee, baby.
Who?
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Why wouldn't I think that you were a Tennessee fan?
Exactly, especially in New York.
Tennessee.
You briefly walked past a bottle of Tennessee-type liquor and said, I'm going to be a Tennessee fan. Why are you a Tennessee fan, Jack?
My last liver came from Tennessee.
Your what?
Last liver came from Tennessee.
Your last liver came from Tennessee, so you're a Tennessee fan.
Yes.
Have you been to Tennessee?
I have not. I got to go to a game.
Just your liver?
Just my liver.
Jack has had 4 liver trips. 3 liver
trips. So not only did the liver save my life, it saved me from being a Jets fan. So
good point. Saved your life twice.
True. Wait a minute. So you had 3, not in a row, right?
He has 4 in his body right now.
4. That's crazy.
He's freaking selfish.
Mickey Mantle only had 1. You're better than Mickey Mantle.
We were on the waiting list at the same time, actually.
No, you were not.
Yeah.
You were not.
94 to 95.
Really?
Yeah.
How can a big liver fit in a baby?
A big liver? How can a human liver fit in a baby? Come on.
Big liver. Big liver.
Yeah.
That's like the worst Build-A-Bear ever.
Jack is an amazing individual. Amazing. And now he's in EMT and saving lives. Unbelievable.
Well, now I can't heckle you. Thanks.
No, you can. Jack can take it well. Jack can take it. Hey, listen. He wasted 3 freaking livers, this guy. Everybody thinks he's a hero. He went through 4 livers. Somebody else could have used one of those,
My favorite, one time I was doing a show, Joe Milonis?
Yes.
So we just like rip each other apart all the time, especially when we're doing shows. He gets up after me and he does the Mickey Mantle thing. He's like, "Oh, thanks for hogging up all the liver. Did you hit 500 and whatever home run? No. What are you doing getting all the liver?"
There was one comic I saw do a benefit once, and I don't know if you know One Armed Keith from Comedy to Go.
I've met him a couple times, yeah.
You know Keith?
Yeah.
All right, so Keith lost an arm in a car accident, and he beat me in golf, by the way, but that's another story. So he lost an arm in a car accident, and he gets up there, and we're doing the place, the EMS unit that responded to his accident. So he gets up there and he says, "Hey, guy, before I start, I just wanted to let you know this is the unit, the volunteer fire department who responded, saved my life, and I want to thank you, whatever." And he does his set, and everybody clack up. The next comic up is Keith Anthony, and he says, "Let me get this straight. There was an accident. These guys responded, and they couldn't save your arm. They lost your arm, and you're thanking them. What are you, an idiot?" It was perfect. I'm like, that's true. All right, that's true. All right. So let me just see if we have any comments here. Anything? Douglas King is watching. Thank you, Douglas. Gene is watching from Rescue Family. No, Gene is from Rescue Family Inc. Why am I going blank? Yes, they repair homes, Steve, for disabled people. So they
Well, that's an awesome thing. Jack, I don't want to one-up you, but 3 years ago, I had triple bypass surgery, so I have a baby heart. How about that?
Wow, that's not even...
Boom. But that's like, I want to... Now, you push your liver. Like, when you got your new liver, did you say, "Hey, dude, I'm going to go drink a bottle of vodka"?
I did not, actually. I was 2 years old, so that's not...
Yeah, well, your parent, they're from, you like Tennessee, you start drinking it too. But I was just wondering, because, like, for me, I have a baby heart. I'm like, I have 45 years to abuse this thing. Well, because my heart is brand new, pretty much, because I had the bypass.
Right.
All the arteries are clear.
Right.
I'm like, I want to do cocaine while bungee jumping. And
let me ask you a question, Steve. You were in the hospital. You were in pretty bad shape, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ask for a liver to waste the liver? No. You were in bad shape. You were sick, but you didn't say, "Let me have a liver."
They offered me one.
Did they?
And I said no. I said, there might be Bryce Harper might need one. Somebody who can hit home runs.
Or maybe that Tennessee Titan fan from New York, they need a fifth one. We can't give you a liver. We have to keep one on hold. Jack's got like one on hold,
In the freezer. Well, that's another thing, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jack, it's not right, because Jack is my hero, and the guy's had 4 livers, and I'm making fun of him. It's not right, but I will continue.
It's not even near it's not even near as bad as watching your act, so it's okay.
Come on, Jack.
Oh,
I've booked Jack on shows and paid him $5 to $10, and he's still making fun of me. I have given.
Remember the time where I drank the frozen water and I couldn't talk?
Oh my God! Listen to this. Jack you didn't say anything about your teeth. Can you bring up?
Yeah, I got dentures.
He has dentures. Yeah, he has all his teeth replaced, right? You had all your teeth replaced, right?
Yeah, from the chemo. They got.
Right. So somebody had asked me the other day because the way you speak, you could tell that something's going on if you were deaf. And I said, no, Jack had his teeth replaced. So we're doing a show, and Dopey Jack is drinking very cold water?
Water, yeah. It's like so icy.
Now he gets up there, and it's so cold that it's affecting his
I can't.
teeth. So he's up there doing his set. He's talking like this. And I'm like, what the freak is he doing? And he gets off the stage, and he says, oh, I shouldn't have drank that cold water. I couldn't pronounce my... And I'm like, Jack, you are awesome.
I thought you had chewing tobacco.
People say that all the time. I didn't know I look like a...
That's true.
A fat redneck.
Look like you're from Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's why.
So, Jack is awesome. Jack is awesome. So, I don't know when we're going to get back to Florida, Steve.
I have no idea.
You guys didn't want us. Now we don't want you.
I mean, we're just we're just breaking records down here.
It's ridiculous, right?
It is crazy. In fact, I drove up to Delaware to help my dad move 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I drove 9 hours over 2 days, so 18 hours with my 15-year-old son and his phone and YouTube, so that was fun. So we drove there. I spent 4 or 5 days there and drove back 2 days. And what's funny is they actually have a checkpoint when you're coming from Georgia into Florida.
Really?
Yeah, they have a COVID checkpoint. But what's odd, this was weird. It was like a Saturday we were coming in, and it said all these things saying, use this lane, use this lane, use this lane. So we use the lanes, and we just go on through. There's where the
Maybe it's a random check. Is it a random?
No, where the checkpoint was, there were like 5-6 cop cars. Nobody pulled over. Nobody. In fact, the lanes to pull into it were closed off. I'm like, well, so at some point they just went, you know what? We're Florida. Screw it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But it can come in. Who cares?
What do they do at the checkpoint?
They check your temperature. They see where you're coming from. All this. We were worried that we were going to be sitting there for 3 hours. And I just drove by. It was like such an I just wanted to go, I have COVID, as I drove by, but just to make them stop me.
Jack, Courtney Beth says, I thought he had dip in his mouth. Now, Courtney has got to be really cool, because to call it dip is not like a really cool way to say it, unless Courtney is also a dipper. I don't know. Courtney, are you a dipper?
Like a slang that chewing tobacco people would know.
Yes. I've never.
It looks so gross, man.
I worked with a guy who we taught with him, I should say, on the road, and he'd go through like cans in a day, like over on what he put it under here and like today in a cup.
The worst is when they're spitting in a bottle, like you don't know chewing tobacco. Like, oh no, it's just iced tea. No, it's not. Black chunky crap. What is it?
See, what's funny is back in the 90s and 80s when they did comedy, they would do this, but it was cocaine that they were rubbing in their teeth. So
I never did any of those things, and maybe I would have been funnier.
How was it when you were working? Because it's weird. A lot of EMS people smoke.
Really?
Yeah.
That is weird.
It's weird.
I have a friend who's a respiratory therapist, and she smokes.
Really? That goes to show you what an addiction it is, because she knows it's bad for her. She knows.
That's what I tell people is it's an addiction. If it were if you could stop anytime you wanted, it'd be called a hobby.
Right. I'm addicted, as you know, to the Fitbit. And I have mine on. Yep, I am 20,000 steps behind Amy, because yesterday I had a very lazy day. I was really lazy yesterday, so now I got 4 days to catch up. It's not going to be pretty. I'm going out for a walk right when we're done here. So let's wrap this up, this mess up. Let me thank Richard Zimmer from the Crisis Response Center for adding some legitimacy to this mess tonight.
Hey, John. There's a very quick way for you to pick up 20,000 steps on your Fitbit, but it'll require you going to Pornhub.com.
Yes.
That counts as steps. So you're welcome.
We're hoping our followers either fill in the blank there or not fill in the blank. I want to thank Steve for ending the show on a high note there.
Thanks for having me, sir.
I want to thank Jack Cloonan.
Nice meeting you, Jack.
What's that?
I said nice meeting you, Jack.
Nice meeting you.
And Jack is going to now clean the... Has anybody sat on the couch in 30 years? It's in some storage room and stuck it there. Jack, very seriously, I love you.
I got the couch, so we got the whole set here.
Jack Cloonan, I love you. You're a good man.
Put plastic on it.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to have you as part of the comedy tour. We will be back next week. Please wear your mask. Be safe. Be healthy. Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball, play ball. Take off the caps, time for the song.